I am confident that this new level of cooperation between NATO's members and Russia will now change the world and for the better.
Поэтому предлагаю с этого момента штаб-квартиру НАТО переименовать в Дом Советов. Думаю, что это неплохое предложение.
I will declare that to be a joke.
Do I trust him? Yeah, I trust him.
Welcome back, my friends. Today, we're delving into a topic that has been on many people's minds. What happens if Vladimir Putin, the enigmatic leader of Russia, dies? Who will succeed him? And what will happen to Russia? Well, the only thing we know for sure is that regardless of who comes next, Putin has said that his successor should carry on his legacy and be someone he trusts to look after Russia once he's gone. So let's find out in this video, what are going to be the economical, political, social, and military impacts of this event in the world. But before that, make sure to subscribe to this new channel to see more videos about economy and interesting economic facts from around the world. Vladimir Putin, a former KGB intelligence officer, has been Russia's most powerful politician since he assumed the presidency in 2000. After the resignation of his predecessor, Boris Yeltsin, he has been ruling Russia for over 2 decades, and his mandate is expected to finish in 2024. However, in 2021, Putin introduced a series of changes to Russia's constitution and managed to change the president's mandate's length, allowing him to run for the presidency twice more in his lifetime, potentially keeping him in office until 2036, when he will be 84 years old. Today in Russia, the term of the president is 6 years, which means that Putin can be Russia's president for more 2 terms until 2036. If he remains in power until 2036, his tenure will surpass even that of Joseph Stalin, who ruled the Soviet Union for 29 years, making Putin the longest-serving Moscow leader since the Russian Empire. But there's mounting speculation that he might have Parkinson's or some other neurological disorder, and that scenario of him ruling Russia until 2036 may not materialize. In that case, what would happen to Russia? Political landscape. Let's start with the intriguing realm of political changes that could follow Putin's passing. Russia, under Putin's strongman leadership, has wielded considerable influence on the global stage, shaping international relations and regional dynamics. A hypothetical power vacuum created by his absence could lead to a series of cascading political events, both within Russia and on the international front. Firstly, within Russia, the absence of a dominant figure like Putin could spark a struggle for succession among political elites and power fractions. Putin's rule has been characterized by a central and authoritarian leadership style, which has effectively maintained the country's stability and control. Putin controls Russian television, where most of the population receives its news. Today, the 3 major Russian TV channels are either directly owned by the state or owned by a subsidiary of one of Russia's media companies. His administration is also known for censoring information on the internet. A sudden departure could expose underlying tensions and rivalries among political players vying for control. The transition of power, if not carefully managed, could lead to internal strife, potentially destabilizing Russia's political landscape. The process of selecting a new leader might be marred by controversies, disagreements, and even power struggles. The outcome of this process could determine whether Russia continues on its current trajectory or undergoes a significant transformation in its governance and policies. Neighboring countries and international actors would closely monitor these developments. The geopolitical implications of leadership change in Russia are vast. Russia's relationship with its neighbors such as Ukraine, Belarus, and the Baltic states could undergo shifts, potentially altering regional security arrangements and alliances. The balance of power in Eastern Europe and Central Asia could be upended, leading to changes in military and political strategies. On the global stage, the relations between Russia and the West would likely experience a recalibration. Putin's departure could open a window of opportunity for a potential reset in diplomatic ties between Russia and Western nations. Countries like the United States and European Union might engage in negotiations and dialogues to re-evaluate existing disagreements and conflicts. International organizations such as the United Nations and NATO could also see changes in their dynamics. Russia's role in these organizations has often been marked by contention and competition. A leadership change could prompt Russia to reassess its stance and engagement within these institutions, potentially leading to shifts in global decision-making processes and cooperation. In short, the potential political fallout from Vladimir Putin's passing would be complex and multifaceted. A power vacuum in Russia could trigger a series of events that reshape not only the country's internal politics, but also the geopolitical balance on the international stage. The importance of diplomatic engagement, strategic planning, and international cooperation cannot be understated in navigating such a scenario. Economic impact. Now, let's dive into the intricate web of economic impacts that would unravel if Vladimir Putin were to pass away. Russia, a major global player in the energy sector, possesses vast reserves of oil and natural gas. This makes it a significant contributor to the global energy market and a crucial player in influencing energy prices worldwide. A sudden leadership transition in Russia could lead to uncertainties in energy production and distribution. Fluctuations in oil and gas prices could result from potential disruptions in supply chains and trading relationships. This volatility would reverberate across the globe, affecting not only energy importing countries, but also having a ripple effect on financial markets and economies. Russia's economy is intrinsically tied to oil revenue, with a significant portion of its budget reliant on energy exports. Any disruption in the energy sector could lead to economic instability. International investors might become wary of potential risks, leading to decreased foreign investment. This in turn could impact the Russian stock market, causing declines in stock values and affecting the overall health of the economy. Moreover, the value of the Russian ruble could also fluctuate. A sudden loss of confidence in the stability of the Russian government could lead to a depreciation of the ruble. This would impact trade relationships, making imports more expensive and potentially sparking inflation. The international business community would also need to navigate new uncertainties. Long-standing trade relationships with Russia might be re-evaluated, leading to disruptions in supply chains and impacting industries that rely on Russian resources. The European Union, for instance, is a significant trading partner with Russia, particularly in energy resources. Any disruption in this trade relationship could have far-reaching consequences for both parties. In short, the economic impact of Putin's death would be multifaceted and intricate, from energy markets to foreign investment, trade relationships to currency values. The global economy would experience a significant shakeup. Nations, businesses, and investors would need to adapt swiftly to mitigate potential risks and capitalize on new opportunities in this rapidly changing economic environment. Social dynamics. As we journey further into the realm of speculation, we'll now delve into the potential social dynamics that could emerge if Putin were to pass away. Russia, a nation with a rich history and a complex relationship between its government and citizens, could experience a series of transformative shifts that would reverberate through society. Putin's leadership style has been characterized by firm grip on power, media control, and limited political dissent. In the event of his absence, a generational shift in Russia's leadership could emerge, catalyzing changes in the way citizens perceive and engage with their government. A younger generation, growing up in a digital age with access to global information, might demand greater political and social freedoms. Protests and demonstrations could surge as citizens voice their aspirations for a more open and transparent political system. Calls for reforms in governance, increased civil liberties, and enhanced freedom of expression could amplify, creating an environment where public discourse flourishes. Social media platforms and digital communication channels could play a pivotal role in mobilizing and organizing social movements. The Kremlin's tight control over media and dissent might experience a loosening grip. A more open exchange of ideas and opinions could emerge, enabling citizens to engage in constructive dialogues about the future of their nation. Independent journalism and alternative viewpoints could gain prominence, leading to a more informed and engaged citizenry. Furthermore, the dynamics of civil society could shift. Non-governmental organizations, NGOs, grassroots movements, and human rights advocates might find greater space to operate and advocate for change. This could lead to the emergence of a more diverse and active civil society, fostering collaboration between citizens and government authorities. On an international level, Putin's passing could influence Russia's interactions with the rest of the world. A potential shift towards more open and transparent governance could improve diplomatic relations and create opportunities for increased cooperation. This, in turn, might lead to greater international collaboration on issues such as climate change, global health, and regional conflicts. In short, the social impacts of Putin's hypothetical passing could reshape the way Russians engage with their government, media, and each other. Calls for greater freedoms, expanded civil society, and enhanced transparency could create a more vibrant and participatory society. Yet the road to these changes would be complex and could face resistance from various quarters. Military concerns. As we shift our focus to the realm of military considerations, we find ourselves navigating a complex landscape of security arrangements, alliances, and global military strategies that could be influenced by Vladimir Putin's hypothetical passing. The departure of a long-standing leader can trigger a series of shifts and recalibrations in the realm of military affairs, both within Russia and on the international stage. Within Russia, the absence of Putin's leadership could lead to a review of the country's defense posture. Putin's administration has prioritized the modernization of Russia's military capabilities, and any transition of power could prompt a re-evaluation of existing military strategies and priorities. This might involve decisions about the allocation of resources, the development of new weapon systems, and adjustments to defense budgets. The process of selecting a new leader could also impact the country's approach to security alliances and partnerships. Russia's membership in regional organizations like the Collective Security Treaty Organization, CSTO, and its relationships with other nations, such as China and Iran, could undergo changes based on the new leader's foreign policy preferences. This, in turn, could reshape the strategic landscape in Eastern Europe, Central Asia, and beyond. Neighboring countries and international actors would closely monitor these developments, particularly in the context of regional security dynamics. Nations in Eastern Europe, such as Ukraine and the Baltic states, might reassess their own defense strategies and security arrangements in response to the potential changes in Russia's military stance. This could lead to shifts in NATO strategies and deployments in the region. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, itself could face important decisions in light of the leadership change in Russia. NATO's approach to collective defense and deterrence in Eastern Europe could be revisited, with member states considering adjustments to their military presence and exercises. Discussions about potential engagement with Russia in matters of mutual interest, such as arms control and regional stability, might also take place. In short, the military implications of Putin's hypothetical passing would extend beyond Russia's borders, impacting regional security arrangements, alliances, and global military strategies. The absence of Putin's leadership could lead to shifts in defense priorities, diplomatic engagements, and security dynamics that ripple across the international stage. As we conclude our exploration into the hypothetical scenario of Vladimir Putin's passing, one thing becomes clear: the impact of such an event would be far-reaching and complex. The ripple effects would touch every corner of the globe, from economies and politics to society and military affairs. While we have delved into the potential impacts, it's essential to remember that predicting the future is a complex endeavor, and real-world events often defy our expectations. Regardless, it's crucial for nations and leaders to approach such movements with wisdom, collaboration, and a focus on maintaining stability and international cooperation. If you find this video informative and interesting, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel to see new videos about economy and interesting economic facts from around the world. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one. Until next time, goodbye.